everybody, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel, and as you can see from the title of today's video, I am doing another reading vlog. Apologies for the way that I look. I am so tired. I actually just got out of the shower because I worked out earlier and cleaned the pet room. I did a lot of stuff earlier, but I have been reading quite a lot of Webtoons lately, and I kind of wanted to start a reading vlog to talk about them because I'm obsessed with Webtoon. So if you don't know what Webtoon is, it's actually an app that you can download like on your iPhone, Android. I also have it on my Kindle. And this is not sponsored by them, by the way. Like, I just love the app, and there are creators that make like comic graphic novels. Heartstopper is on there. It updates every single week. Some of them have already completed. I'm reading 3 right now that are still being updated every week. And it's kind of like a TV show episode where you have to wait every week to watch it. First of all, I binge read Lore Olympus. Lore Olympus has some physical volumes out that you can buy now. I believe the second one is coming out in like 2 weeks physically, and I'm definitely going to buy it. And there are other Webtoons that have physical copies out already, but you can read them for free on the Webtoon app, so you don't even have to buy this. But Lore Olympus is like my all-time favorite Webtoon. So I read this whole thing, and then I went and I caught up on the Webtoon on the app, and I'm caught up on Lore Olympus, and I just really need it to update. And then when I caught up to Lore Olympus, I started reading a Webtoon called Let's Play, and it is a romance Webtoon. These are all romance Webtoons, by the way. I love romance, so that's why I read them. Let's Play is so good. It's so freaking good. There is like a love triangle, bunch of different love interests, so if you don't like that, then you might not like it. Let's Play is so good, and I binge read that, and I caught all the way up to that, and then I started another Webtoon, which is what I'm reading right now. I am now on episode 91, and Webtoon chapters are called episodes, so that's why I said episode, but I'm on episode 91 of a Webtoon called I Love You, and it is a very, very slow burn romance. I mean, there's barely been any romance even happening in here, but it's really good. I really like it. So I have been reading this on my free time and like before bed, in the bath, in the shower, and stuff like that when I have time, because it's really easy to just pull your phone out and just read a comic, basically. This is just gonna be a little reading vlog of me just reading. There are some physical books that I am reading, so I'm about to go downstairs and start reading. I don't feel the best. You can see probably how red my cheeks are. I feel myself getting sick, so I'm just gonna kind of relax for the rest of the afternoon. So there are a couple of physical books that I have started, and I just haven't kept reading them. But the one I recently started is I Found You by Lisa Jewell. I love Lisa Jewell. She's one of my favorite authors. She writes mainly like mystery thrillers, and this is a thriller. This is my Patreon buddy read book of June. So yeah, I started reading this at the pool the other day, and I really liked the 20 pages that I read, so I'm gonna keep reading this when I feel like reading a physical book because I love Lisa Jewell's writing. I was also sent an ARC of the second Family Upstairs book by Lisa Jewell. I don't remember what the second book is called, but I got sent that ARC, so I really need to read that too. But right now, honestly, I just feel like reading Webtoon. Hey guys, so I don't know when the last time I filmed was. I think it was like 2 days ago, but I have been reading a lot since I last updated you guys. I actually caught up on all of the Webtoons that I am reading. So I am caught up on Lore Olympus, I Love You, and Let's Play, and like those are really, really good. And then I started another Webtoon called Age Matters, but I'm not really vibing with it right now, and I was in the mood to read like an actual book. So last night at like 10 p.m, I guess, like late at night last night, I decided to pick up a dark romance. This is a dark mafia romance, and I fuck with mafia romances. I don't know why, they're so angsty and they're so good. And I read both of the books in the series in one night. Now, I'm not gonna give myself too much credit because they are pretty short books. Like the first book was like only like 150 pages or something like that. But I finished both of the books in the series. I read them on my Kindle because they're on Kindle Unlimited. So I read Cruel Obsession and Deadly Obsession by J.L. Beck on my Kindle. Read both of the books. I rated both of the books 4 stars just because they're pretty much like every other like dark romance that I've ever read. Nothing too crazy, but I did enjoy them. I found the romance to be good. I really liked it. Honestly, the only type of books that I am in the mood to read right now are romance books. I cannot get into anything else. I have read a little bit of I Found You by Lisa Jewell and I'm vibing with it. I love Lisa Jewell's writing, so I know that I'll get into it once I really start reading it. But I've just like only been in the mood to read romance, so I don't know what I'm gonna pick up next because there are some videos that I need to film today. I need to take a shower and everything, but I actually just ordered some breakfast because I haven't ordered breakfast for myself in a while, so I ordered some Dunkin' because it's the only place open for breakfast right now, and I really hope the coffee does not taste like ass because you either get really good coffee from Dunkin' or you get really bad coffee. There's no like in between. It's either really good or really bad, so I'm really hoping it's gonna be good today. I'm gonna eat my breakfast, take a shower, film some videos, and maybe start another book. I'm not sure yet. Oh my god, guys. I got the Dunkin' and it tastes so good. Oh my god. If it tastes good, that means it's gonna be a good day. Hey guys, so it is June 26th and I have not been updating you guys for I don't know what reason, but I have read over 10 books in the past week and I have not done that in a very, very long time. Like I can't even think of the last time that I read 10 books in 1 week was, but it's been a long time. Like so long that I'm actually so proud of myself for reading that many books in a week because I don't know how I did it. Well, I do know how I did it. I literally just did non-stop reading. Like if I wasn't editing or working or cleaning or something like that, I was reading. I was reading doing literally everything. Like I was running on the treadmill while reading. I was painting and then I would take a break and read for a little bit and then keep painting. Like I have not been able to stop reading, which is crazy for me because I normally have the opposite where I can't get the motivation to read. It's just so weird. So I'm gonna tell you guys the books that I've read. So I do have to say one of the reasons why I was able to read so quickly and be able to read as many books is because these are all like Kindle Unlimited romance books. And most of them were typically like 150 pages and below, which I can read an 150 page book in like an hour and a half. So it was pretty easy for me to get through the books because they were pretty small. Can you breathe quietly, please? And I read a lot of series, and that's why I went through them so fast, because series that have short books that you can get through really quickly and really are addicting are pretty easy to read. So I read Cruel Obsession and Deadly Obsession by J.L. Beck. These were both dark mafia romances. I rated both of those books 4 stars. Now that I've read so many books this past week, I couldn't even tell you what the book was about. All I remember is a kidnapping and that's it. Then I read the Maid series by Danielle Laurie. So I read The Sweetest Oblivion, The Maddest Obsession, and The Darkest Temptation. I rated the first book 5 stars, the second book 4 stars, and the third book 3 stars. So the series gradually got worse as I was reading it, and not necessarily because I wasn't enjoying it. It got pretty repetitive and I felt like a lot of the characters were similar. But the first book, guys, the first book is like everything that I would want in a mafia romance. So loved it. That one was The Sweetest Oblivion. So I definitely recommend that one. It's like a hate to love, like forced marriage romance, which if you don't like stuff like that, then you obviously won't like it, but I find it very enjoyable. And then the second book, I really liked the main girl character. I loved her in the first book and I'm so glad she was a main character in the second book. I loved her. And then the third book I was just like, okay, like okay. And then I spent the past 2 days reading the Mindf series. So I read The Risk, Sidetracked, Scarlet Angel, All the Lies, and Paint It All Red. And I thought that this series would give me more. And I really liked the storyline because it wasn't typically what you see in romance books. The main girl character was a serial killer and the main guy character was like the head sergeant of like the FBI. So obviously those are two people that should not be in a relationship, and I really liked that like preface of like how he was trying to find the serial killer and it was like his girlfriend the entire time, and I really liked it, but felt like the series kind of went on for a little too long. I felt like the romance actually happened a little too quickly for my liking. I enjoyed the series enough to keep reading all 5 books. I rated pretty much the entire series 3 stars, and then the 4th book I rated 4 stars because there was a lot happening in the 4th book that I found really entertaining. So the whole series was like a 3-star, and I don't know why I kept reading the whole series, but the author kept ending the last line of every book to where you have to keep reading the second one. The author did a really good job with that. That whole series I rated like 3 stars. Really quick reads. I read the whole series in like less than 2 days. And then yesterday I finished a book called There Are No Saints by Sophie Lart, and this is also a dark romance. I rated it 2 stars because I just did not like it. I mean, I liked the preface of it. It was 2 artists, and one of the artists was like a serial killer, and he would like use the victims that he killed in his art, but nobody knew. And then there was a girl that he has an obsession with, and I don't know, I just didn't really vibe with it. There is a second book, and I think I might read it just because I do want to know what happens, but I don't feel like I'm gonna be missing out if I don't read the second book, so I may start that today. But I have been just reading nonstop like dark romance because that's my favorite genre of romance. Like I said before, I really like the angst of it and everything like that. So I got an award on the Kindle app because I read every single day of the week last week, which is pretty cool. I don't ever normally do that, but I've been reading so much that I've kind of been slacking on things that I probably should be doing more. So I gotta finish painting for an order that I got for my small business, and then later I will probably continue reading and I'll update you guys. But I'm just so proud of myself. I've read like 11 books in the past week, and I've almost hit my reading goal for the year. And keep in mind, guys, I have not met my reading goal for the past couple of years on Goodreads. I think there's only 1 year I've ever met my reading goal because I always set my expectations too high for myself. I set it to 30 books this year, and I've already read 24 books. So I am 10 books ahead of the schedule of finishing 30 books in a year. So I'm definitely going to meet my Goodreads goal, which makes me feel really good and accomplished. It's been a good reading year for me. I've just been reading stuff that I really enjoy, and there's been 2 books that I've read this year that are like really good, like new favorites of mine that I feel like I want to go back and reread. guys, so it is a couple days later, I believe it's the 30th of June, and I read one more book last night. Well, I've actually read 2 books, but one of the books I read was for another reading vlog that I'm doing. Last night, I was really in the mood to read another dark romance book. I'm always in the mood to read those, so I picked up one called Praise by Sarah Kate, and it was definitely like a taboo dark romance, but I rated it 3 stars because I felt like there wasn't much of action or storyline happening, but the interactions between the characters, like, I ate that shit up. It was so good. I loved the tropes that were happening in the book. I felt an instant connection between the 2 main characters, which is hard to do sometimes in romance books because sometimes authors make things happen way too quickly, but I felt like their immediate connection was like really well done, and I really liked it. So I'm actually going to pick up the second book in the series, which is based on another character that was in the first book, and it's called Eyes on Me. And there's also a third book, so I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna read the entire series because I enjoyed it enough. I want to stay in that little world for a little bit. So I'm really enjoying that, and I've read so many books this month. Like, I'm literally so proud of myself. I'm almost hitting my 30 book reading goal, and we're like halfway into the year. That's crazy. Hey guys, so it is July 16th, and last night I started a book called Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score because I was in the mood to read a romance book. So I went to the Kindle Unlimited store, and this was the first book that was recommended to me. It was literally on the top of the list. So it sounded good. I started reading it last night, and it got to like 3 in the morning, and I was like nodding my head, falling asleep, and I wanted to keep reading it so bad. I think it's really good. It's a lot of tropes that I really like, and it has the small town vibes. So it literally gives me like Gilmore Girls and True Blood vibes put together because of the small town feel. I love small town romances, and that's exactly what this is. It's about the main character who was supposed to get married, and she ran away from her wedding, and she ran to find her twin sister. And her twin sister is not a good person at all. She's like a completely terrible person, and her twin sister has a daughter that she didn't know about. This all happens within like the first 10 pages, so this isn't a spoiler. Her sister leaves her with her daughter in this small town, and a lot of bad things happen to her, and there is this guy who owns some of the like businesses in the town. Really grumpy, but he helps her anyway. He's very grumpy, and she's more of like a sunshine character, so it is grumpy sunshine trope. But the main character girl is pretty grumpy too, so it is kind of like a grumpy versus grumpy sometimes, and I really do like that. It's this girl who was basically thrown into the life of being a mom, and this guy who just stumbled upon her when she was in the town is helping her even though he doesn't want to, and I just love it. I'm eating it up. It's so good. Right now, honestly, I think it's more of like a 4.5 maybe. I don't know. I still have like 3 hours left in the book according to my Kindle, so a lot can change in the next 3 hours. I've been working all day. It is finally time to just lay down and finish a book for the day because I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this book today, and I'll let you guys know if I like it or not. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Hey guys, so it is the next morning, and last night I finished Things We Never Got Over by Lisa Score. I'm really disappointed because I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. It really fell through for me, which sucks because I really liked the beginning of it. I thought it was going to be like a new favorite of mine. And then this book was like 300 pages longer than it really needed to be. They kept repeating the same thing over and over again. They kept talking about how perfect the main girl character was, when like nobody's perfect, so I don't care to hear about how like beautiful and amazing she is all the time. She was like quirky and needed coffee all the time, and I just didn't like that. I liked the guy main character, but the reasoning for him like not wanting a relationship was kind of stupid to me. Like, I understand everybody has their reasons, but his reason was like really dramatic and stupid. I don't know. And then there was also like some stuff that happened at the end that almost felt like an action movie, which made absolutely no sense because it's a small town romance. So why are these like big crazy crime things happening? It didn't make sense to me. It didn't fit into the story. So I gave it 3 out of 5 because I did like the beginning of the book and I liked some of the characters, but I felt like the author also put way too many characters in this book. There was like 20 different characters that you had to remember, and I understand that it's a small town and that's probably all the people that live there, but like it's hard to remember all of them, especially when half their names sound the same. So yeah, the second book is supposed to be about 2 of the characters that were in this book, and I am interested in reading that because I did like those characters. But this book only came out in January, so I don't know when the next book is going to come out, but when it does, I will read it. In this reading vlog, I read a lot. So just mainly romance books because that's what makes me happy right now, but I have been reading quite a lot these past 2 months. I am one book away from my 30 book reading goal on Goodreads, which is crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this reading vlog here because I don't really know how long I've been filming now, and I'm also about to go little library hunting today. So I'm going to film a little library hunting vlog for you guys, so stay tuned for that. There will be a vlog coming soon. If you guys would like to stay updated for future uploads or just book recommendation content and stuff like that, I do have a Instagram and a TikTok down below. I also have a Patreon down below if you would like early access content, and we also have a buddy read over on my Patreon. This month's book is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I haven't started it yet. We have a little buddy read in the Discord for Patreon, and we talk about the book and everything, so if you guys would like to join the buddy read every single month, I do have that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!